Hello again from Knox County. Um, I'd like to talk a little bit now about some of the trials we're going to be doing here at planting time and some of the different things we're hoping to look at and do some more research on, from new products to maybe even some old products that we're going to try to revamp a little bit and see if we can get some different yield punch or more plant protection out of some of these products. I apologize, I have to look down at my notes a little bit here to make sure I don't forget anything. One of the things we started last year, as I revealed in an earlier blog post, was adding a in-furrow starter to our planter. And we immediately noticed a huge difference in plant health, especially early vigor and early greenness of those corn plants. As I mentioned in the blog, you could drive by at 55 miles an hour and you could tell exactly where I turned the starter on and off, or if I had a row plug. It was really substantial, the difference, especially the coolness we had. Some of the cool nights we had in the early spring last year, you could really see a difference. Something we're going to expand on in the in-furrow starter program is working with my BASF rep. We've added a dosatron to our planter. Basically, we're going to inject headline in furrow on some acres, do some side-by-side comparisons to see, try to get rid of some seedling blights and see if we can get some more vigor out of that corn plant and reduce some of the stress, early seedling stress on those corn plants. We're also going to be injecting xanthion on some acres from BASF through the same dosatron system. I just got done testing that system today and looking forward to doing some of those trials, especially in the corn-on-corn situations and some of our timber soil situations that tend to be a colder, slower warming soil. And we do farm quite a bit of those types of soils. Do have a fair amount of corn-on-corn, about 20% of our corn acreage is corn-on-corn. Then we do have another large portion of the colder timber soils that I'm anxious to try those products out on. Something else that we're going to be kind of in year 2 on that we're going to be trying is a product called Saber X. And there's other products that are similar to this. It's a root inoculant for corn. And we've been using inoculants on soybeans for several years now, especially on beans we plant behind continuous corn, or beans we plant on some of our many acres of river bottom, just to try to get a little more nodulation out of those soybeans. And some root inoculants seem to really help in a lot of those areas. We started experimenting with Saber X last year on some corn. Got anywhere from no yield difference to 5 or 7 bushel yield difference with this product. It's a relatively cheap product, as most inoculants are, and so it's something we're going to kind of expand to year 2. The visual differences on the plants were pretty amazing. If you measure leaf size and root structure, we did see some definite differences there with using the root inoculants, and so we're hoping to expand on that and see how that equates to yield going into year 2. I kind of want to talk about chemical program a little bit. We have our own self-propelled sprayer, which is one of the most important pieces of equipment on our farm. We always talk about our planters and combines being the most important pieces. Well, I would have to rank our self-propelled sprayer in that category. And a large reason is the battle we've had with weeds in the past several years has really ramped up. Obviously, the introduction of Roundup seems like a generation ago. Really kind of changed the game in terms of chemical application. We've always used a residual herbicide. We never went away or went to the point where we just tried to kill everything with Roundup in one pass or everything over the top with Roundup. We've always used a residual herbicide in soybeans, especially corn. We started using residuals here about 10 years ago on a more regular basis. Something we started doing last year on a full basis across all of our soybean acres was adding a second residual in the over-the-top application. A vast majority of our soybeans are no-till or minimum till, have a very few small acres of full till that had heavy doses of limestone put on. But in that no-till situation, we've had to use a variety of products, and we found a lot of good products with BASF. Our first application consists of Prowl H2O and Optil. Combine those two products with a Roundup or glyphosate product for a burn down. Had very effective burn downs last year and got pretty good residual control. We had some coolness early last spring, and some of that residual played out a little bit. But in the second pass, we come back with Roundup again, and we also added BASF's Outlook product, and really saw some good residual effect with that product. Really held some things back. We had some issues in our non-GMO soybeans last year with water hemp breaking through. Water hemp's become a big issue on a lot of our farms, and that's definitely the battle we have in this area is dealing with water hemp and a little bit of mare's tail. On corn, we have kind of a similar program. We don't do the residuals over the top as much, but we do the heavy residuals down. Last year we started using BASF Verdict product at 13 ounces an acre on our no-till ground. Worked out really well. You'll kind of see the similarity to Optil and Verdict, having the sharpened product in both of those. Extremely good at broadleaf killing for up front. We do throw some glyphosate in there as well to get any grasses that may have already come up. Being on April 15th here already, we're going to be adding glyphosate to all of our burn down loads just to make sure that we are compensating for the grasses that are starting to come up in these fields. And then over the top in corn, we just typically come back with Roundup. We have been putting some more status, BASF status dicamba product in a lot of our corn acres, especially in those fields that we fought the water hemp last year. In our non-GMO soybeans, we're coming back with status in all those acres just to clean those up and give us a little more residual effect over the top. So those are some of the things we're going to be doing in terms of chemical and in-furrow seed treatment for this year. Some of those are new things. Some of them are going into year 2 on. Pretty excited to see what the results and what the development will be. So please check back later to see how some of these trials are going, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.